For those of you non-Melburnians, the Point is one of Melbourne's most exposed venues. With its location overlooking Albert Park Lake and the home of the famous Formula One Grand Prix, many celebrities have actually dined here. Now, only the best dining experience would be sought after by these famous faces, and that's exactly what you can expect when you reserve yourself a table right here. Now we're upstairs in the cellar with Paul Bryant, the Point Sommelier. Now Paul, what a great place this is. What kind of functions are you running in here?
We do anything from degustations up to 10 courses. We also allow people to bring their own wines sometimes if we like them.
If you like them?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, Scott will actually match food to their wines which they bring. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now I've noticed you've picked 3 wines here. Now these your favourites from Australia and around the world?
Yeah, well, there's actually 2 are from France, and they're probably regarded as some of the best wines in the world. So it's more of a trophy to have these wines. We've got Domaine della Romani Conti, which is the Romani Conti. That's on our list for about 14,000, I think.
Wow.
Then we've got the same vineyard, Domaine della Romani Conti, and this is a Montrachet Chardonnay, and this is Pinot. And then this is a Spanish wine. The grape variety is Mencia. It's a different grape variety. It hits your mouth in a different way, so it's a bit of fun. And that's only $60, so.
It's time to have a chat with executive chef Scott Pickett, who secured his first job with his mentor Philippe Mouchel at restaurant Paul Bocuse and started his love of French cuisine. Scott travelled to Europe to feed his passion for classical French cooking, spending 3 years at the internationally renowned restaurant, The Square in Mayfair, London. Thanks for joining us on City Life, Scott.
No problem.
Now, can you please explain what inspirations you draw upon when you're creating different dishes season after season?
Okay, well, basically, Colette, we sort of work out what's in season at the moment, and so obviously it's autumn right now. We've sort of moved away from our light to summer dishes, and just before we get into our really heavy winter dishes, I really like this time of year. So I'll take a concept or an idea that I have, and it could be like I want to use beef cheek or like, you know, lamb strip loin or something like that, or a particular fish that's around and abundant. And then we'll sort of break it down and see what sort of vegetables are in season at that time of year, and then what would go really well with it. And then we decide whether we want to, like, you know, braise the beef cheek or roast the fillet, or maybe slow poach like a salmon or an ocean trout. And then we just sort of play around with it for a few days and sometimes a few weeks, and, like, you know, work on the presentation and the garnish and things, and yeah, then the dishes just sort of happen.
They sure do, but are there any dishes that actually carry on season after season? Okay,
well, the beef taste plate here in front of us is probably our sort of signature meat dish. It came about because there were a lot of customers that questioned the difference between grass-fed meat and grain-fed meat.
Sure.
So we wanted to put it all on one plate so that in one sitting they could sort of taste like the different in texture and flavour.
Now let's get down to business, shall we? Can you run through what you prepared for us?
Okay, so today we'll start off here is the butter poached marron with a foie gras parfait, Ossietre caviar and a sauterne reduction. Now, the beauty of this dish is it's salty, it's sweet, it's sour, and there's different textures going through too. There's a couple of little apple jellies in there and some brioche crumbs just on top. The second dish here is our house-cured, air-dried and salt-cured Wagyu strip loin. It's cured in a salt mix for 26 hours and then rinsed and air-dried for about 3 or 4 days. So it's similar to bresaola.
Sure.
It's sort of a glamour steak sandwich, but just warm, not hot or cold. Down the end, this is sort of really getting into a early winter, like sort of late autumn dish. That's the braised Wagyu beef cheek.
Yes.
Some people get it confused, but it is definitely this cheek. With a celeriac puree, 24-hour slow poached quince. It's in red wine and port and vanilla, cinnamon, lots of aromats, and a little pomme souffle that's like a little fried potato pillow.
No, I've never seen that before.
It's quite a difficult technique, but it's really cute and nice. And then the braising lick is passed off from the beef cheek, and that's used at the sauce.
And dessert.
And dessert to finish with. This is a take on a Black Forest Gâteau, so chocolate and cherries really, with some sponge, a cherry mousse, some chocolate mousse, little tempered chocolate, a vanilla chantilly, and some maraschino cherries. So it's really rich, but it's sort of just a modern, like, you know, played up design of that classic dish.
Sure, well I must commend you on the presentation, it all looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us down here, Scott.
No problem,
Now,
my
do you mind if
pleasure.
we dig in?
Yeah, definitely, let's have something to eat.